and it was really humbling. It's a lot, acknowledging what we do and the impact and a lot of innovation we brought into the sector. We're the first, for example, who started 247 customer service operations in Africa.
Not only have we have practical experience when it comes to real estate, but I'm also a Harvard graduate in terms of real estate investment certification course in advanced learning. So we have been able to combine both the theoretical knowledge from Harvard, understanding how real estate works in the US, with practical knowledge with some of the projects we've done. And at this point, we now have this bigger vision of the Jasper Katie that we're starting from scratch.
First, to have an e-commerce portal, where clients can buy and, get updates and all that. So there's a lot of innovation we brought into the sector. Even the concept of land banking was made popular by our company, helping people to understand what is land banking and how it works. And so when the vision of Jasper Katy, Texas, USA was batted, the 40-acre, which is going to be costing us $115 million to build over 400 housing units, a mixture of single-family home, 4 and 5 bedroom, of course, townhouse of 3 bedroom, and apartments ranging from 2, 3, 4 bedroom apartments, which are 6-story high, aquarium, driving range in the same place, of course, a mini mall in the same 40-acre property, artificial lake. Of course, renewable energy is going to be the largest green and smart home in America. Okay, we're generating electricity by solar and wind turbine, right? So for us, this is a great vision that we can do. And I say this oftentimes that as diasporans, we travel to all these countries of the world and we often wonder why it looks as if some of the government policies suddenly change and begin to look as if they're fighting against us. And I think the major thing is that we've not come together as people to do something that will make people know that we're in force. Look at the Jewish community in America, what they've been able to accomplish. They are 4% of American population, but they determine who becomes the president, and you can't joke with them. Look at the Indian community, even what they've done in UAE, what they've done in America, right? There's already a monopoly of CEOs in Silicon Valley, a majority coming from India. That is what community collaboration can do, right? With the population of Africans who migrated, Ghanaians, Nigerians, Sierra Leoneans, Cameroonians, Kenyans, and Rwandese, and so on. How much of this have we been able to achieve when we move to UK, or move to Canada, or move to the US, where we can say this was built by us, right? This was built by the communal coming together. So I hope this is one opportunity you will take seriously, and it's open to everyone, whether you're an African descent or not. But of course, I know many will be excited seeing a dream like this and wanting to come true. At the moment, we've secured 70% institutional investment for this project, so that's a good news. Another 15% is coming from our existing company, so we're only raising 15% from syndication, right? Debt syndication, where you can invest as little as $50,000, even as low as $10,000, and every year you get returns on investment. Okay, attached is a table of when you invest X, this is what you get. When you invest $10,000, this is what you get. When you invest $50,000, this is what you get. When you invest $100,000, this is what you get. And you can go over the table. You can go through the table again and see all the processes, and you can invest. Once you fill the KYC, you can just immediately transfer your money to the account, whether you're investing as an accredited investor in the US, or even if you're not an accredited investor, you don't even live in the US, you can invest as well through our African Digital Cooperative. And that opportunity is also available. So it's open for everybody from anywhere in the world to invest and you get returns on investment. Right now, we are very confident that we will be doing over 100%, in capital appreciation on this project in the next 3 years. Why? Because of the high interest rates, developers have stopped developing. Okay, and by 2026, there will be huge deficit in new residential accommodation in the whole of America because most people have stopped building because of the high interest rate. So we that we're doing it now will be able to sell at a premium price. And that's one of the rules about investment, right? The rules about investment is simple. When they zig, you zag. Always go the opposite direction. The way to know that Bitcoin is about to crash is when it's at the peak. Because once the general masses believe in something, it's actually about to crash. So I've learned over the years. I started this company with just $10 16 years ago. And we built it to hundreds of millions of dollars in real estate assets under our management today. And I can tell you categorically that one of the rules I've used all these years is I don't go the way everybody else is going. And when you do that as well as an investor, you always reap the reward at the end of the day. So call the numbers attached to this video. We have our team ready to explain to you step by step. You can ask as many questions as you want. We're ready to take your questions and answer your questions and help you on this amazing investment. But listen, beyond the money, this is a legacy project that you'll be proud that you're a part of. I love you all. I'm Dr. Stephen Akintayo. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Wow. Welcome, everybody. It's really good to be here, and I must give kudos to Temi for that video. So there are a lot of things I do, and as much as my face behind it, but there are some people behind it say, well, like, okay, do this one, push this one. So the 10 minutes video, I kind of like it. But it wasn't my thought anyway. She was like, let's do a shorter video to just explain this whole thing. And watching it myself now, I like it. Like, okay, this makes sense. It makes sense. Welcome everybody from whatever part of the world you are joining us from. This webinar is put together by 4 people. We have ladies first, Temi Ajibewa. We invited a lot of our friends and our investors to join us today.
Hi guys, welcome.
If you are Team Temi, can you just type Team Temi? Let me see.
Then let Temi in flesh and blood.
So if Temi invited you and you're here, let her know.
Yes.
Right? So Team
I'm
Temi.
seeing Team Temi. Hi, Ore. Good to have
you. Not sure you're Team Temi or you're just Famzy.
Are you Famzy? No, Faith Obiora is here. Faith is here. I know Faith Obiora is here for my behalf. If you are Team Temi, please just put Team Temi in the chat. Let me know my people. We are sifting.
Exactly. I want to this webinar is about so for me it's I have said to a lot of my friends, I said there's no project where I am personally counting contribution of my loved one by one.
As much as this one.
Exactly like this one. What did you add to this? What did you so
don't come back and be saying, we are proud of, I'm proud of you.
This one contributing to it. Exactly. This is not proud of you matter.
If you're my guy, I better contribute.
Yeah. What have you brought to the table to make this a success? And for me, part of it is because I know that this is a project that even if you didn't put a dime, years to come, you'll be proud to pass that street and say, Nigerian did this, right? But it will be more exciting to say, hey, I brought 10 investors. I brought 20 investors.
I was part of it.
I was part of it. It wasn't just, a Nigerian did it. It was that, or a black guy did it. It was like, hey, I'm part of this. So thank you. I've seen a few Team Temi. So we also have, ladies and gentlemen, part of the organizers of this, who invited their loved ones and friends for this. Ladies and gentlemen, we have one and only Bayo Adebowale, numero uno, top, property agent in the US. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are Team Bayo, just type Team Bayo.
Hello,
Team Bayo.
hello everyone. Welcome. Welcome.
Even me, I'm Team Bayo. Add me to Team
Put it in
Bayo.
the chat. Let's make sure that wealth building is not for the few, it's for everybody.
Yeah.
For the few, let's be honest, though. Making money is for everybody, but wealth building, now, it's for the 1% of the 1%.
I know. Yeah, we want to encourage people to be a part of the 1%, of the 1%.
And I agree absolutely with you. We need to get people on board on this. So if you are Team Bayo, come on, type Team Bayo. I can see Green is Team Bayo, Michael is Team Bayo.
Who else is Team Bayo? We're trying to win a competition here. It's
yes, so if you not get one plot at KD.
This is a roll call, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, I thought you said you have registered already. Where are you? We can't see you on comments.
Ademola says Team Bayo. Who else? Team Bayo.
I'm calling them on the phone.
Calling them. Say, all of you. You say you have registered.
No, but sometimes it's important when it comes. Because I have seen in my life situation by people who have said I will not succeed at the project eventually come to my face. I say, we have always known you will make it. I'm like, but of course, at that point, you can't say to them that, but you were one of those who said this will work. But just keep quiet and be like, but they will still from there and say, we knew it. We've always. I'm like, oh, but we know you did do it. I don't know if it's they will tell them, but you did it. No, I'll keep quiet, like I keep quiet. Well, thank you. So I can see more Team Temi and Team Bayo. Okay. Do we have Deepo here? Deepo, I think you need to change your name and put your face to this. So we also have Team Deepo. Adila did not even for me to say Deepo before Adila said Team Deepo.
Wait, you said it's not showing up as my name?
No, yes. So you have to rename yourself.
Edit it and rename it.
Just go to the menu, the hamburger menu, and just
yeah. Adila, you do not even wait for us to finish the name Deepo. You don't divert.
Just a Deepo. Martha, Martha, what team are you? I think this name sounds like my team. Martha, are you Team Temi, Team Deepo, or Team Bayo, or Team SA? Who are you?
SA, yes. So if you are Team SA now, let's go. Let's stand up for the champion. Come on. Team SA. Oh yeah. Where are you?
Even me, I'm
leading. Temi is winning.
Temi is winning this thing. What's going on? Where are Team SA now?
My team is showing up. What? Vivian, I bet you are Team GTEx. You're not Team SA. Allen, you are Team GTEx. You should go.
Team GTEx is Team SA now.
No, that's a Joro.
So those who work in GTEx should not say Team SA.
No, all this competition, they always put terms and conditions that workers and families of workers cannot participate in this competition.
Okay, to be fair, right? So that it's not as if, so I would remove, GTEx workers. But if you are not a GTEx worker and you are Team SA, please type Team SA. You don't shame.
Dare you.
God no go shame me today. You guys. Where are my people, right? Okay, come on, Team SA. Hey, King is not a GTEx staff.
Okay.
Right? One Team SA. Come on, all Team SA type Team SA. We mean this.
You came here on the invitation of Dr. Stephen Akitayo, not as a GTEx staff, but you came on his invitation. Type Team SA in the chat.
Team SA.
Oh man,
That typing.
Okay, Olajide Abayomi Timese, Favor Timese. Come on, now we're rising. Come on, no.
Come on, come on.
Temple Timese, Ayola Timese, Damilola Timese. Come
Okay,
on.
well
No,
done, well done, well done. We have
Stafford.
seen you, Emma Tabana at
Amarachi, Stafford. Let's not rig this election. We are not INEC. We are not Nigerian INEC. But welcome, everybody. I'm excited to have you all here. I mean, it's beautiful having this conversation. And I want to thank everyone who has brought their friends to come here, from Deepwater to Bayo to Temi. Thank you, thank you. By the way, I am really honored and humbled that you're sticking your own reputation on this project. I really, really understand this, and I don't take it for granted. I want to thank you for doing that. This means a lot to me. Somebody say Team TA. Who is TA now? Do you mean SA?
TA, Temi Ajibewa. T and S is fun now. What do you mean? My people call me TA, so that's TA right there.
Temi, calm down. Be calming down, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, we hear from the first collaborator for this webinar today. Her name is, she's arrogant and proud. That one.
At the same time.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands here for Temi Ajibewa, opening speech. Come on, let's do it.
Okay, so hi everyone. Of course, what he meant was that the very confident, the very electric, the very magnetizing and charming Temi Ajibewa. All that one that was a slip of tongue, Hi everyone, it's good to have you here. Welcome. Thanks for the honor. Those of you who are here, thank you for wanting to better your lot. Thank you for wanting to make things different for you, okay? I'll share just a very tiny story about, why I'm doing this and what this is triggering me. So a couple of years ago, my mom acquired this property in Nigeria where where it was like a plot of land somewhere in Ayobo, Lagos State. And then I remember she spoke with the landowner who gave her assurances that yes, she could do payment plans and that she could get the property. So I remember my mom saving up for about 6 months or more. And then one day she was able to make a deposit for the land. And then she went on the land to see the property, and there were people there. There was this mechanic people there, and they gave her some very terrible looks that, what's she doing here? That no one can sell this land, blah, 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 blah. Long story short, the second time she was there again, she said that she remembers them saying, I'm a supplier, come and pass this place. And that when she stepped on that path, that she felt something left her, that she had this awkward feeling in her body. And then she decided that she felt sick almost immediately. Long story short, my mom told me this 1 year later while she was dying. She told me this literally 3 days before she passed. And she said that's the only place she could remember that she caught something she should not have caught. So, of course, this left me scarred. I don't know if it was true or not, but these were the words of a dying woman and an African woman for that matter. I don't know if it's, but it just left me scarred about real estate. For the longest time, I just had this fear about putting money into landed properties, either owning it, renting it, any form at all. And this fear was in my heart. I didn't even know I had it until I met a man who asked me very plain terms, you have the brand, you have the energy, you have the words, you have the passion for it. Why aren't you doing this? And then when he asked that simple question, I had to go all the way back. And this answer came out to me, that this story came out. And since then, it's been 7 years now, I had to add it on my daily goals, on my yearly goals, that this is the year I will break the jinx. This is the year I will break the jinx. And I was not able to break that jinx until about 3 or 4 years ago, when I said, okay, I also want to own my own property. And to the glory of God, I was able to complete my very first house. I said, okay, I own the house. And I remember the day I was putting this out for rent. It was like, what just happened? I just owned a house, you know. And since then, my mind has just literally opened to the possibility of the income that is possible with real estate. So, of course, the man who asked me about about what I had against real estate was Dr. Stephen Akintayo. And he was the very first person I shared that story with. In fact, the first and only until this moment, you know, that I shared that story with. That was what held me back for a long time. And you know, today I'm grateful that I'm no longer fearful about putting money into any form of investment. Of course, I also ran some bad investment too that will promise you high and then they crash you. I remember this same man, this same Dr. Akitayo said, Temi, that thing is not sustainable, pull out of it. And I'm like, no, don't worry, it's good. Long story short, I lost over 150 million naira in that investment. That was 2018, 6 years ago now. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's been that long, you know, and I've had to be repaying people back their money. But I've said all of that to tell you that anybody who is here to hear about investment, it is possible you've had your own staff story. Either you inherited it the way I did from my parents, from my mom in particular, or you also experienced it yourself, like the loss I suffered of 150 million naira 6 years ago. Whatever it may be, know that there is a right way to do it and there is a wrong way to do it. My mom supposedly lost her life to real estate property, but guess what? I did it right. I got proper people, developers. I didn't have to deal with, in fact, from the moment I paid for the house deposit till it got rented out, till this moment, I'm yet to step my feet on that house. I have no idea where it is, like what it looks like, but I've been earning money from it. That is possible when you do it the right way. Okay? So come in here, open your mind, see possibilities. Be ready to do your due diligence, but don't let fear hold you back. Thank you for your time.
Come on, everybody. Let's give it up to Temi. And that's a powerful welcome speech to by Temi to all those she invited for this event and the rest of us who also came through other people. But I think that's powerful. And I think what she's talking about is investment phobia. A lot of us might not know we have it, but we do have it. And I think at some level, all of us have that, you know, level of fear. And I remember losing 200 million naira to real estate. And I have two options. Either to come on social media and tell people that, guys, you know, I've lost money in real estate, or I keep quiet until I become a billionaire in naira and real estate and then share it as a testimony. And I decided to choose the latter. The first time we hear that story that I lost 200 million was after our company started doing over $1 billion in real estate. And I shared that story and people were shocked and it motivated a lot of people. The same thing has happened even many other countries I've invested. I've lost money. But again, I've learned from it and I've moved on. And the same real estate is still a major life-changing experience for me. So overcome your fear. We'll make mistakes. We'll lose some, we'll win some. But with proper guidance, we can always win. Our next person giving a welcome speech is none other than the one and only Houston, Nigerian born, but Houston trailblazing, you know, property agent and investor, Mr. Bayo Adebowale. Come on, give it up for him, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, everybody. It's a great pleasure. It's a great honor. Man, I need some energy in the room, right? For everyone on this webinar today, I want you to type in chat that wealth building is my inheritance. Okay? Wealth building is my inheritance. I'll be the first one to go. wealth building is my inheritance. Right. Because we need to get into the right mindset, okay? Into the right mindset. I often tell people when I come to webinars like this, Dr. Stephen doesn't necessarily need to do this. I promise you, he is doing this. Number one, lives are about to be changed and impacted, okay? Lives are about to be changed and impacted. So for everyone that wants to be a part of this project, who believe that they want to take a hold of their future in the hands, that's why we are doing this, so that you can be in control of your future. So wealth building is our inheritance. Thank you, everyone. My name is Bayo Adebowale. I'm based in Houston. I'm in real estate. I'm a real estate agent. I have a team of real estate agents behind me. I'm a team lead, and I invest my money in real estate. That's all I do. I don't do stocks. I don't do cryptocurrencies. I don't do none of that. I do real estate investing. Now, because of people like Deepo, I'm doing some cash value life insurance. You know what I mean? I got
Yes,
into
sir.
cash value life insurance, but
Nice.
real estate is a vehicle to building wealth. And I'll tell you, Tammy, thank you for that very powerful story. You didn't let what you went through, you didn't let it hold you back from the possibilities when it comes to building wealth with real estate. Because those kind of things will happen to some people, and then they will run away for life, and they will never touch real estate again. But you took that pain that you suffered. I'm going to turn my pain into a purpose. You turn your pain into a purpose, you turn your pain into a blessing. And that's what you have done. So not only did you save up that money to buy that house, you have constantly made money from the home after you bought it. And you have never even seen the house for a couple of years now, I believe. So this is the same thing that is going to happen in the US with what GT, I mean, this is a landmark development, Dr. Stephen, and I really want to thank you for the courage to come through the United States and say, you know what, we are doing something remarkable. We have a lot of friends in the US who are Caucasians, who are Indians. They saw the post, they saw the landmark development, almost $150 million project. They are commending us as Africans, almost like we are coming to take over the United States. We are coming over to take over Houston, Texas, Katy, Texas. But Dr. Stephen is not coming alone. He needs us, and we need him. Because at the end of the day, I was sharing something with my friend yesterday. If you are wealthy and successful, but your family members and the people around you are poor, you are as equally poor, because they will drain you. They will drain you with demands. They will drain you with their expectations. You will continue to feed them and feed them. But Dr. Stephen is not coming here to feed us with Jasper Estates in Katy. He is inviting us as a wealth building partner. So we are going to be partners in progress. Okay? So I want everybody to know that wealth building is our inheritance. We don't care how our fathers did it. We don't care how our mothers did it. How many of us can go to our father? Our fathers were not even millionaires and billionaires. Are you getting me? They were successful in their own right, but they did it their own way. But now, knowing what we know now, that Warren Buffett said it, if you don't learn how to make money while you are sleeping, you will work until you die. And I'll say that again. If you don't learn how to make money while you are sleeping, if you are constantly trading your time for money, you will likely work until you die. And this is my opening speech, okay? We haven't even gotten into how real estate will help you build wealth. I remember when I was working in the US as a registered nurse, then a nurse practitioner, right? I would see people going to the hospitals. They want to clock in for work, and they are in their 60s. They are in their 60s. They want to clock in to work. I was a registered nurse. I just came to the US. So I got my nursing degree because they say, okay, go into healthcare, there is stability. And I'm grateful for healthcare. I'm grateful for the stability of being a registered nurse. I'm grateful for the stability of being a nurse practitioner. But I'm seeing people in their 50s and 60s looking tired and coming into work. You greet them in the elevator, they can't even greet you back. They are tired. They haven't even started working. I said, I don't want to be like that. I don't want to live like that. So whatever money that I was making, I was saving that money to the side for real estate investments. I'm talking 6, 7, 8 years ago. And where we are in 2024, I mean, God has done it. To God be the glory. But we didn't start like that. So in this seminar today, we are really going to talk about how you can make your 9-to-5 job your business partner, because that is your very, very first business partner. Your 9-to-5 job where you are receiving consistent income, whether you are getting paid every week, whether you get paid every 2 weeks, whether you get paid every month. That is your business partner. Whatever money you take from it, we will turn that vehicle into a wealth building tool that can constantly generate passive income for you, so that you have an option whether to go to work and not go to work. Because, for example, if you know money is coming for you at the end of the month, passively, other people are running the project for you. Money is coming at the end of the month. You know, it's $3,000, it's $5,000, it's $10,000. You don't need to work if you don't want to work. Why? Because money is coming in passively. This is the option we want to give you. We don't want you to work until you die. So we are literally going to be sharing the powerful tools that world millionaires and billionaires have used to amass their wealth and create generational income for them. So, hey, this is my opening speech. Thank you. I'm excited to be here, and let's get the journey started.
Come on, everybody. Let's give it up to Mr. Bayo. Come on, let's do that. Everybody, let's do it. Let's do it. That was a fantastic speech. I mean, imagine from a registered nurse to becoming a real estate investor and top agent, right? Every week, I'm just seeing closing deals. I'm like, oh, Jehovah, right? This guy is killing it, right? Well, he needs to show me the secret. Okay.
I'm learning from you, sir. I'm learning from you, sir.
So, and
he needs to cut soap for us.
He needs to cut soap for us, like, and you guys need to see his wife. You will see where the investment is going.
Stunning.
Thank God. Sir. We're learning from you, sir.
Beautiful. So, ladies and gentlemen, our final opening speech, and then we get into the conversation proper while we're here, is from the only guy that has an American accent in our midst. Dipo Adesina.
Only fine boy that I know.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for the opportunity. It's definitely a privilege to be part of this call. One thing that I always tell people is that there are two types of people in this world, right? There are poor people and there are rich people. There is no in between. And one of the things over the years that I've realized about wealthy people is that they do two things. Number one, they either invest their money, or number two, they own businesses. That is the only two clear pathway to becoming wealthy. If you're not doing any one of those two things right now, your chances of becoming wealthy is very slim. All right. Like Bayo said, I know a lot of people, in the nursing field. I know a lot of people in the IT field that are making 6 figures, but they're still living paycheck to paycheck. All right. I was talking to one of my clients a few days ago. 35-year-old makes $260,000 a year. No retirement plan, no investments. I was talking to a physician. I think she's in Texas. She makes $350,000. Her co-partner makes $750,000. She said he lives paycheck to paycheck. Why is that? Because most people have a wrong philosophy when it comes to money. All right. The more money we earn, especially in the United States, the more we spend on things that are not making us wealthy. So when you come to a platform like this, where you're talking about wealth building, investing your money, I personally don't take it for granted, right? Because if you don't start investing now into things, assets that will put you in a position to become wealthy, the chances are that you will work until you die. Similar to Tammy, my father passed away 2 years ago. And when you talk about generational wealth, one of the things that, my dad didn't leave us a lot of money, but my dad had quite a number of assets. right? Left us properties, left us land that we're leveraging today to invest in agriculture, to do exporting. So those are hardcore assets that will always continue to generate money for generations to come. So when you hear opportunities like this, that real estate, how to earn passive income, listen, you can't mess this up, right? Because real estate is the only thing that you cannot continue to mass produce. So when somebody presents you with an opportunity to buy a land, to invest in real estate, whatever the case is, jump on it. And I never forget somebody who said that God is not producing any more lands. Since the world began, I need you to think about this. Since the world began, there's never been a duplication of land. So when you get the opportunity to see something like this, ladies and gentlemen, don't take it for granted. So I believe that for those of you who are really serious about building generational wealth, you're really serious about putting your money to work for you so that you'll get to a point that you don't have to work, please, by all means, pay attention, take notes. And if you have any questions, obviously we're here to provide support. But the biggest thing is that have an open mind to receive the information that we're passing across today so that, the next couple of years can be drastically different from you. All right. Thanks a lot. And I appreciate you.
Come on, ladies and gentlemen. I told you, it's the only one with the, US accent. The rest of us, we still got, we still have our Nigerian accent. So, so put it up for Dipo Adeshina, amazing guy. and I'll say this, Dipo still has a special place in my heart till tomorrow. And I don't know what I've ever said this to him, but about 9 years ago, I started going to the US. And all I met were scared people, right? Everybody you talk to is just afraid. Everybody you talk to, is paycheck to paycheck. And when they then see someone like me, who is an entrepreneur, the first thing is they're just scared. Are you sure this guy is real? Are you sure? Sometimes I'll come to the US and I'll spend like a month plus, and I'll stay all through in a 4-star hotel. And this was like, oh, gee, and for the first time I met Dipo, the first entrepreneur I met who just understood everything I was doing. Because everybody else is like, well, we get it, but we're scared. This is America. This is that. And I'm like, but when I met him, he was running his business. He was doing investments. In fact, I hosted on my platform before I said Jack Robinson. A lot of my students had even invested in his company. I said, Jesus, this guy, this is even a tougher version. I talked about writing books before Deep was. He's like a sponge. If I told him, I said, this Katie project, I need to hide some of it from Dipo. Else, the next thing you're going to hear, Dipo is doing a 500 million development in the US. I swear to God, right today now. Right? Because even in Nigeria, Dipo started selling land. I'm like, oh, Jesus, help me. Help me. But I love that about him, right? Because the typical African is just scared to their bones, right? They just won't take action. And we keep wondering why we're struggling financially. We still wonder why we've been in America, we've been in Canada, we've been in the UK. Without Nigerian nurses and doctors, America will have population, majority will have been dead during COVID. Without Nigerian nurses in the UK, more people will have died, right? Without engineers in the UK rail sector, right? There's even no rail sector, right? So we've done so well in being professionals. But let me tell you this, nations don't respect each other by just skill labor. Nations respect citizens by investment, period. Right? That's how you measure, okay? How much has Nigerians invested in America. That's what Donald Trump is saying. And you know he's soon going to be your president. And write it down. If he's your president, I can assure you will be my friend. You know why? Because what we are doing with Katie is all that he's saying, right? Make it possible for Americans to be able to get jobs. Don't just come as an immigrant and you're taking all the jobs away. And I've said this over time. I say, if I'm a president of any country, I'm going to think that way as well, right? I'm going to think that way as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome to this presentation. If you're excited to be here, can you type, I'm excited? Come on, talk to me. If you're excited to be here, type, I'm excited. Come on, I need your energy. I love energy when I train like this. If you're excited, we've done a whole conversation. We've done intro. We've helped us to just understand each other. And those of us who invited you and why they invited you, right? Okay. So let's go. I'm going to start with my profile and then we'll get straight into why we're here.
Dr. Stephen Akintayo is Africa's most influential investment coach. He is a member of the Forbes Business Council and a recipient of several prestigious awards, including the Forbes Best of Africa, Leading Investment Coach and Real Estate Mogul by Forbes Best of Africa Award. He is the chairman of GText Holdings and the founder of Stephen Akintayo Foundation. GText Holdings is the mother company of 11 subsidiaries with a highly innovative and young workforce. These subsidiaries include GText Homes, GText Land, Stephen Akintayo Foundation, GVest, GText Farms, GText and Associates, GText Academy, GText Soft, GText Hub. GText Holdings has several branches in Nigeria, which include Lagos State, Ibadan, Abeokuta, Asaba, Abuja, and Port Harcourt. Other offices are in Dubai, the UK, and the US, and the company plans to extend operations to other African countries like Ghana, Rwanda, and Uganda. Dr. Akintayo Real Estate Firm has a plan to build 25,000 green and smart homes with golf courses, polo clubs, mall, hotel, hospitals, schools, and universities across Africa by the year 2035. And control another set of 25,000 properties outside of Africa, with a total real estate asset worth $40 billion by the year 2035. Dr. Stephen Akintayo is also the host of the Global Property Brokers Conference, the largest brokers conference in Africa. Now renamed the Global Wealth Festival, several renowned speakers like Grant Cardone, Ryan Serhant, Dr. John Maxwell, and others have been brought on the platform. Dr. Akintayo has hosted some of the world's most renowned speakers on his platforms like Robert Kiyosaki, Brian Tracy, Les Brown, Dan Locke, Toby and Tomi Arayomi, Toby Adegboyega, and several others. He is the host of the Investment Chat in a Rolls-Royce, which teaches people about different investment opportunities around the globe. Learning Luxury Show, a show that educates on the benefits of owning luxury and monetizing it. And Big Talk Show, aimed at enlightening youths and the general public on election-related issues in order to build the new Nigeria. He is also the host of the Billionaire Habits podcast, Burj Khalifa series in Dubai. You can watch them on the Billionaire Habits podcast. Dr. Stephen is also the author of 42 books. His latest are The Billionaire Habits for Pastors, Billionaire Habits for Entrepreneurs, and Becoming a Billionaire Land Banker. All his books can be found in Dr. Stephen's books. To book him for speaking engagements, email eg.stephenakintayo.com and contact the number on your screen for more inquiries.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again. And I want to thank you all for being part of this event. Once again, thanks to Temi, Deepo, and Bayo for inviting people, their friends and investors for this meeting. And of course, thanks to me too for inviting those of you who came through me. I recently added this to my slide because some people started asking questions about a certificate. Well, I'm a Harvard graduate of real estate investing. Okay. And so, and I hope that encourages people who wonder where does the boldness to do this kind of stuff in America comes from? Well, it comes from my Harvard classes, from my Harvard professors who were able to break down how real estate works in America and and give, this was a 2-year course, 4 courses in total, and was able to help me understand investing. I've done several other courses like essential management, leadership, and all that with Harvard as well, and several. So for me is I understand how real estate investing works in America. And I did not just learn it by doing it practically. I also went to school about it, right? This was last time I was in Harvard University, right? So it's important to understand that we're doing this from not just a place of practicality, but also from the place of deep research and knowledge from world-class institutions that are able to help us break this down. So I'm going to start this conversation with something I always do with every of my classes. It's called, how many of you know the meaning of this? Can you tell me the title of what you're seeing on the screen? Can anybody just type the title? I just want to be sure. Because for me, this is the foundation for financial freedom. And we cannot talk about passive income in real estate without really understanding this, right? Because if we don't, then what are we talking about? Thank you, Precious. Cash flow quadrant. Sarah, you're correct. Now, these things you're seeing help us to understand that there are 4 ways to make money in the world. You're either making money as an entrepreneur, or you're making money as a self-employed, or you're making money as a business owner, or you're making money as an investor. These are the 4 major ways people make money globally. Now, what this is saying is that if you are here or here, that's employee or self-employed, you are in the active income category. And Timmy was specific about me emphasizing on this going forward with our training. Now, what does this mean? Active income. Can anybody type the meaning of active income if you understand what it means? And I think, Timmy was discussing with somebody, a potential investor for this project. And the person was like, oh, well, what you guys are promising me is low, right? Because I can still put the same $100,000 into my business and I'll get 100% return. I sell cars. And Timmy took her time to try to explain to the person that that is an active income. Okay? And by this analysis by the wealthiest people from Warren Buffett, and that's what Mr. Bayer was alluding to when he said, Warren Buffett said, if you do not make money while you sleep, you have to work till you die. That's what they're saying. That this active income thing is not ultimately how people become wealthy, because it means it requires your own active participation. And anything can happen. You can fall sick, God forbid, right? You can, lose interest, God forbid. Okay, anything can happen when the entire source of your income has to depend solely on what you do every day. Come on, guys, I will learn it. For learning type, I'm learning. Okay, so the other version of what you then need to look at is what we call passive income, right? And in this category of passive income, and I want to clarify this, your one-on-one business is not a what? It's not a business owner. You're not a business owner because you're a motivational speaker. And by the way, I'm a public speaker as well. But you're not, this is not a source of passive income. I need you to know that. I'm a consultant, but guess what? It is not a source of passive income being a consultant. And this is the difference between me and a lot of people you meet. Right? And I started as a public speaking guy. I give you all the aspire to acquire to require to perspire, and you will love me. And there will be nobody complaining about anything, okay? Because all I'm doing is to sell you, like in the case of Coke, right? Or in the case of cocaine, just pump you high. But what I decided to do, And that's why I resonate with Grant Cardone as well, is to say, you know what? I am an investor. I am practicing what I'm going to be teaching you. And the evidence are there. Okay? However, I'm still willing to teach you what I'm doing. If you like, you can join me to do it. If you, so we're doing. So it's important to know which category you are. If you own a restaurant, come on, everybody give me an answer. Where are you? Passive or active income? If you're a pastor, come on, I want to get an answer. Just type the answer. Restaurant, you can type passive income or active income. If you are a pastor, passive or active income, come on, I want to type the title of that job because I want this to sink in. And then I'm go straight to the investment. But we need to get the foundation right. Because if we don't get it right, we're just going to be like, what are they talking about? I can get this more elsewhere, right? You're a pastor, active income. Thank you for that. What if you're a property agent? Come on, talk to me. Property agent, who are you? Right? Active or passive? Some say passive, some say active. Ladies and gentlemen, property agent, you are still an active income earner. Property brokerage, however, and you have your agency, and you have a lot of agents under you. I hope this makes sense. And some people are even still leaving it at agents, but they put other agents under them. At that point, you are transitioning, ladies and gentlemen, from what? From active income to what? To passive income. I hope this makes sense at all. I hope we're getting this. So the concept around passive income just says that, how do you do this that even if you don't put your own effort, something will still be coming in for you? I hope, is this clear? If it's clear, just type this is clear. Because until your business becomes structured that way, right, you are not yet going to be financially free. All right. And this is also why, even if you are working for a company, do not pull them down. Do not say something bad. You know why? Because you need to also become like your boss one day if you want to still become what? Financially free, where other people are working for you, right? And the activity is helping you to grow your wealth. I hope this makes sense at all. So under passive income, we then have owning a business. Now, the journey to owning a business can take you 15 years, can take you 10 years to move from being a self-employed to what? To becoming a business owner. This is the reason why if you start as a property agent, for example, after you've practiced for 15 years, what happened? You can now become a what? A broker. You see what they're trying to do there? Okay, to say, after you've done this for a while, you can now move into the active income and have people under you. I hope we're learning this. This is very important because if we get this, this makes sense, right? So because this will take time, moving from self-employment, right, to what? To business owner, what you then need to do is to begin to what? Even if you're self-employed, move into becoming an investor. And that's why you heard Mr. Bayo say, yes, I'm a top-class property agent, but guess what? I am also putting my money into buying real estate, right? So that I understand that, yes, on this journey of being a property agent, I will eventually grow to having so many agents under me. And I think even right now, he has some agents under him. Somebody's even saying he wants to join Bayo's team, right? So he's doing that at the moment. But while we are at that, I am still putting my money in property, and the property is just generating return on investment for me, even whether I make money from my agency or not. Come on. Is this making sense? If it makes sense, just type make sense, make sense, make sense. One of my powerful quotable quotes is, do not envy my wealth, envy the sacrifices and the principles. I heard some people are not happy when I do vacation and I have some luxurious lifestyle, right? Coming out of my house in Burj Khalifa or being a Rolls Royce or being a private jet. But again, you know, some people just envy it. But don't envy it. Just ask, what is this guy doing? Right? How do I begin to do the same? How do I evolve in that same manner? And that's why I said that one of those I admire a lot, you know, among my relationship in the US is Deepak. because since I met Deepo, if he likes something that I do, Deepo will figure out exactly how I'm doing it, what I'm doing, and is willing to begin to structure what he needs to do. And somebody is distracting me here about Donald Trump or not Donald Trump. If you like, hate the guy from now to tomorrow. I'm telling you the solution to your hatred of him. Okay? Whether you like the guy or not, you can only earn respect. You can't demand it. There are two ways to live life. Be a victim, cry foul, say people cheated you. That's your choice, you know, but that method has never worked. The second method is be a victor. We were under colonial masters. Our forefathers, ladies and gentlemen, used charm against the white people. It did not work. Are we together? I hope we are learning. They did all manner. It did not work. What happened? People like Obafemi Awolowo, people like Zeke, people like, what's his name? Our first prime minister, right? Is it Tafawa Balewa, right? Went to the UK, got trained by the same white man, right? Came back and used the white man's law, okay? And told him, based on your law, forget Nigerian law, your law, we're entitled to be independent. And that's how we got our freedom. But they spoke their language. They got educated by them. So you like Trump or you hate Trump, the language is simple. If we want to earn respect, we have to begin to move from just being professionals to becoming investors and repatriating our money back to Africa. That's how they are doing it right now. Many of us are angry. Shell, Chevron, these are American companies. They come to Nigeria, they exploit our oil. Companies come, they exploit our mineral resources. They take the profit, repatriate it back. Our currency begins to what? Get devalued. You want to turn that around? If you're living in America, begin to invest and then repatriate your profit back to Africa. Then your Naira begin to get stronger because you're doing business in other parts of the world and you are bringing the profit back to Africa. Come on. If you are with me, type I'm with you. So I'm not going to play victim card and I'm not interested in that. And this training is about empowering us as people of color. That's why we're here. Is that how do we stop playing victim? How do we take the bull by the horn? That's what the Indians have done. That's what the Chinese have done. If some of you are old enough or you study history, where were the Chinese in the 60s? Where were Indians in the 60s? In fact, some of us were told myths that the reason why Indians don't play football. Who remember that story? That they used jazz and then they scored 99, Nigeria scored 1. By the way, that was a lie. It wasn't true. But that was the perception of the Indians in those days. Today, what is the perception you have of Indians? Tech guys, right? Silicon Valley CEOs, isn't it? Same thing with Indians. What were we remembering Chinese for? Who remember? Did we say Chinese versus American made? Who remember those times? Even in the 90s, once you say Chinese made, it means it's fake, right? Then when you say another, it means it's original. Today, what's your same impression of the same Chinese? Everything is made in China, including your iPhone. So you and I have to wake up to say we can turn that around. The perception that Nigerians are scammers, Nigerians are yahoo, we can turn that around, even with just this KT project. Anytime somebody tells you Nigerians are 419, you just show that what Nigerian built a $150 million property in Keri. Go check your data. Right? Now you are changing the perception. Come on, who's excited? Or African generally, right? If you're excited, type I'm excited. So who are we? We are GTEx Homes, and we have a mission of building the largest green and smart home in the world. And we have a vision 2035, which is to have done over 25,000 green and smart homes across different parts of the world by year 2035. So even this KT project is part of that mission. It's part of that, you know, turning the narrative around. And like I said to you, when I grew up and as I'm growing up, I said to myself, I have two options. Either I join everybody and play victim. There's racism. They hate us as blacks. Or I decided to say, no, we're going to turn it around. And we're doing that. And we did that even in Dubai. For those of you who know my story in Dubai, I moved to Dubai. And before you know it, I started living in Burj Khalifa. We turned things around. We became the largest black-owned brokerage firm in Dubai in 1 year. Okay? And we changed how people perceived us. If you still know people who work in Burj Khalifa till tomorrow, they will tell you, each time they see me, right? Temi has visited me a couple of times. Once they know you have come to see Dr. Stephen, because most of the security guys are blacks. They say, we know our guys. Come. Because you need to have a code. Sometimes people don't even have code. They're just like, don't worry, I shouldn't allow you. But if it's Dr. Stephen, come. Because they were proud to see that at least a black guy like them could live in the tallest building in the world, right? So that was important. And for us at GTEx, integrity is our core value, excellence is our core value, innovation is our core value, energy is our core value. I can see the energy I'm using to talk to you, by the way. I'm a man of energy, okay? Now, over the years, we've had people of repute identify with us, risk their reputation, just like we're having today, where Bayo is having to reach out to some of you and say, I believe in this project, I'm sticking my neck for it, right? Temi is having to say, I believe in this project, I'm sticking my neck for it. Deepo is having to say, I believe in this project, I'm sticking my neck for it. We've over time had to have people like this. And you know what gives me joy? Okay, is years now. I mean, AY Comedian said, one of the best company I'm proud that gave me least headache. I representing GTEx Homes. AY Comedian said that to us himself. Macaroni said the same thing. Daddy Freeze, in fact, the last interview, I think Temi was there. Daddy Freeze said, this is one of the things I love about Dr. Stephen. It gives it to you the way it is. And that's why I'm proud to identify with anything he does, right? So we built, reputation over the years, and we decided to focus on green because some of the data even show that you have 9%, greater valuation just because the property is green. There are several other benefits of green projects that I may not go into data as of today. Now, right now, what are the projects we've done so far? In Nigeria, of course, in the US, we have this KT40 acre that we're working on. We have 20 units in Georgia. They didn't add. We have in Alabama. We have some property we're selling as low as $100,000 in Alabama. So if you want to help us sell that, we're willing to work with you. However, these were fix and flip, right? Working with our partner who was actively involved in the entire project, bought them cheap, renovated them, and now we rented them out, and now we're trying to flip them, okay? But this KD project is starting from scratch. In Nigeria, we have over 30 estates, over 8 million square feet of land that we've acquired so far, okay? Over 800 satisfied customers globally. Who have, invested with us. Yes, please, let me repeat that. You can't have 800 customers and some will not have concerns. That's normal, right? Whether I disagree on one thing, whether customer care did not do something. I mean, I lodge with I work with 2 hotels, Marriott and Hilton, right? Sometimes you need to see me talk to Marriott on phone. But I end up still using Marriott because despite my harassment of Marriott, I've always faced the reality, right? That is normal. No company is perfect, but compared to elsewhere, it's still a good investment so far working with Marriott, right? In Europe, we do property brokerage. So if you want to buy properties, we've been doing that for a while now. We do consulting and all that. In Asia, which is Dubai, we've had to invest in over 200 properties in Dubai and some other parts of Asia. And many of it are under our management, to manage, and we're able to help people return their investment. In fact, in Dubai, for example, more than 90% of our clients do not live in Dubai. They invested with us in Dubai, and they get their returns every time. Some of them, the rental is monthly, some the rental is yearly, but they get it and we're able to repatriate it for them wherever they live in the world. So this to just give you a history of who we are and what we've done, because people ask that question. So, by the way, this project is still up for sale. 20 units, 3-bedroom townhouse, Valdosta, Georgia. And if you want to help us sell it, it's available. Or is what you're just doing is referring people to us anyway. And, we have agent to the close it. These are the ones in Alabama. As you can see, as low as 135 and now selling. This one is $115,000 available if you want to invest. So I haven't given you that background. Let's now get to Katie. By the way, are you okay with the background? Come on, talk to me. Because I like, feedback. And with intentionally doing this just to be sure that you understand where we're coming from. Because typically people are like, oh, where is this guy coming from? I have not heard of his name before. How come, where's the boldness to then take on this kind of project coming from? So I've given you all that background story. So come on, guys, talk to me. Are you, you can type, the answer in the chat box. Are you satisfied with the background story? If you're satisfied, type I'm satisfied. Oh, beautiful. Thank you. John says Claire. Yes, Claire. Impressive. Had the name, but not close look. Thank you, Maria, for that. Oh, beautiful. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate that. Okay, good. So what it is about Katie, why Katie? I call it Katie. Tammy says it's Katie, and each time I still struggle with which one to call it, whether it's Katie or Katie. In fact, I was on China's television. The presenter kept calling it Kati. I don't know what Tammy. I said, Tammy must not hear you. She's probably going to take this personal. So Texas generally, right, has attracted several corporations. And you can see them from HP to Elon Musk, Tesla, ExxonMobil, and top corporations have moved to Texas because tax-friendly environment. Also, you look at the climate of Texas is very, very reasonable. But also you look at the school districts, particularly for Katy, it has the highest school district. Now, this is the drone footage of the entire land. So you will see there are a couple of, it's a ranch, but if you look around, you see construction project going everywhere, right? You can see projects, springing up here and there, okay? There's a 5-bedroom on it. There's a pond. This is the pond, and we're converting this to the artificial lake. I'll also show you the 3D video, and you're going to see that there, okay? But this, and then these are the various things surrounding that axis, right? Different projects around that entire axis, as you can see. And why Katy? Katy is about 30 minutes without traffic to downtown. During traffic is about 45 minutes to downtown Houston, right? You have the highest school district in the whole of Texas in Katy. Climate, like I said, several good things that gives that project a good thing. So what's our goal? We're building 400 to 500 residential, commercial real estate on this 40-acre in a space of 10 years. Our plan is between 5 to 7 years. We're done with residential, and then by the 10th year, we're done with everything commercial. So let me play the 3D video for you to see what we are proposing. Now, this is a proposed design. We're still subjecting to the city for approval. So let's...
The audio is out. The video is breaking, but at least we are enjoying the visuals.
Temi, was it?
Yeah, I said there was no audio in it, but at least we were enjoying the visuals, though it was breaking a
Really?
bit. Yeah, but it's okay. We saw the view. That's it. That's okay.
Why was there no audio? I'm shocked. Come on, did we all not get the audio? If you got the audio, type I got the audio. If you didn't get the audio, type I didn't get the audio. Just want to be sure whether it's from Temi's end. If you heard the audio, type I heard the audio.
No, there was no audio. I think it's just maybe the manner of sharing. So when you were sharing the screen, maybe you should have tapped on the small button on the left bottom that says share audio. We would have seen it. On the share screen, there's this option that tells you share audio at the bottom left. You have to tap that button for audio to add to the video. Once you hit once you click on share screen, and you are now on the tab where the pages are on.
Oh, I see.
But don't worry, we enjoy the view. Now you know, next time.
Funny enough, I think it's asking me for password or something. To share your computer audio. Okay, I'll just do that. So, but how many of
we lost your audio, Essay. We can't hear you. We can't hear you, Essay. Can you guys hear Essay?
Being part of this? I
Okay,
will
we can hear you now.
The video again with the audio and just let's do it again, okay? And play the audio because this is very important. You can hear the audio now. Please type I can hear it.
Yes.
Okay. Does it make sense? Come on, everybody. I want your feedback on this. Okay, what do you think about the proposed design? If you love it, come on. If you like good thing, talk now. Okay, so this was our last open house. We have Chief Dele Momodu. We have Bishop Abioye. In our last, we've had some other, open house we've done as well. So these are just the layout of the land. And so this is just to give you a phase by phase how it works. Acquisition phase, permit and approval phase is about 12 months, and the mortgage. We have, of course, groundbreaking. We're projecting August to start the construction groundbreaking event. And we're going to invite all investors, whether you come physically or join us virtually. We're hoping delivery will start 18 months from that. We'll deliver the first 50 units. And by 7 to 10 years, the entire place is fully built up. So this is like a projection for the entire 400 units. What are some of our sources of revenue? we realized that from the commercial alone, we should be able to generate $100 million in the next 5 years. The Gulf range alone and the more that will be within the estate. So the way we're building is that there will be a commercial part where non-estate residents can have access to, and then there is the strictly residential part that has its own gated security, and those who are not residential cannot come there. But those in residential can come to the commercial space as well. Now, what we are proposing to you is a debt syndication where you invest and you get an annual return on investment. And here are example of people who've done it with us and we've given their returns. Okay, here's, one with 4.8 million. This is not what he invested. This is the return on investment. Here's another person, 9.6 million. This is not what they invested. This is the return on the investment. Okay, and we can go on and show you several people, but not to waste our time. So the question is, how do you invest? Step one, you visit the website gtexhomesusa.com. Step two, you select whether you are a non-accredited investor or you are an accredited investor. Okay. Step three, you fill the KYC and then you transfer your funds. Right. If you're an accredited investor, the minimum you can invest is $50,000, but even that is changing from Monday next week. If you're a non-accredited investor, the minimum you can invest is $10,000. Also, that is changing from next week, Monday. Okay, so here's the breakdown of how much you invest and how much you get. As an accredited investor, you invest $50,000, you're getting 8% every year. If you invest $75,000, you're getting 9% every year. If you invest $100,000, you're getting 10% every year. If you invest $200,000, you're getting 11% every year. If you invest $500,000, you're getting 13% every year. If you invest $1 million, you're getting 15% every year. Isn't that impressive? Okay, now, by law, we cannot tell you the return is guaranteed, but by practice, people who have invested with us since we started our investment program in our digital cooperative in Africa have always gotten their returns on investment. Okay, so we've always done that. And that's part of the reason why we're bold enough to come out publicly to raise more funds for this KT project, because with our investors. I hope this makes sense. Come on, if it makes sense, type it makes sense. Okay. However, if you're investing as a non-accredited investor, through our digital cooperative registered in Africa, you can invest as low as 10,000. And we're doing this because we realize some people don't even live in the US. Some people, even when they are in the US, prefer to invest from Africa rather than investing as a US entity, right? So we decided to have, and we also realized that the income, capacity may not be as high as accredited investors, right? So we reduced it to say, okay, you can invest as low as 10,000 if you're a non-accredited investor. And then, of course, this changed from Monday. So from Monday, the least you can invest as a non-accredited investor is 30,000, while the least you can invest as an accredited investor is 75,000, effective from Monday, right? So if you invest 10,000, then you get 6% every year in dollars, by the way. If you invest 30,000, you get 7% every year. If you invest $50,000, you get what? You get 8% every year. If you invest $75,000, you get 9% every year. If you invest $100,000, you get 10% every year. If you invest $20,000, you get 11% every year. If you invest $500,000, you get 13% every year. If you invest $1 million, you get 15% every year. Come on, guys. I hope this makes sense. Again, if it makes sense, type it makes sense. It makes sense. Okay. However, there are terms and conditions, and let me explain the terms and conditions to you. As an accredited investor, for us to take your money, you have to show us an evidence that you're an accredited investor. Okay. So we can't take your money without showing to us that you are an accredited investor. So what do we will take? We need to take a letter from a CPA, right? Or a document from an accredited institution that vets accredited investors. Okay, and if you don't have that, we can't even do business with you as coming as an accredited investor, right? And number two, if you're coming as an accredited investor, okay, because we are, by the way, we filed this fund for, the US version of this fund with the SEC, which is the Security Exchange Commission. What this means is that they are watching what we're doing with these funds, right? They're checking what we're doing. And it's also, we did this to give all of you confidence that there's no intention to play games. Now, we didn't need to go and do that because remember, this is a company that is not, that has done business outside of the US, right? So it's a foreign company and we could have just come as a foreign company, raising money from just foreign people, But we still went further to file this fund with the SEC just to show how genuine we are about what we are doing. In other words, it's more like saying, hey, regulators, come and see what we're doing. We're doing this. You can check what we're doing and you can confirm whether we're doing that. Now, the disadvantage of that now means we have to now do it by the books. I hope you understand what this means, right? So what that means by the books is that we cannot give you returns until there's evidence that the project itself has started bringing funds. So those who are investing through our US entity, as an accredited investor, your returns accrue every year. However, you can only withdraw the return from the third year because it is from the third year that we'll have started selling these houses and money will start coming in. Okay? Next is that your capital has to be with us for 5 to 10 years because that is the duration of the construction period. Okay? We will be liquid from the third year, but we're making sure we're stable from the 5th year before you can withdraw the capital itself. And then, of course, then you're investing this through the US entity. Okay? Now, for the non-accredited investors, the rules are a bit lower, again, because you are investing through the African Digital Cooperative and entity, right? So because of that, it means you can get returns every year. So you say, but who is giving the returns? The current investment that the cooperative has done so far is able to fund your returns on a yearly basis. So they're absorbing that returns on behalf of the US expansion. I hope this is clear. Okay. Our number next is also the fact that you have to, of course, even as a non-accredited investor, keep the funds for 5 to 10 years as well. Okay. And you are investing this one through a Nigerian entity. So that is that about that. And I hope the terms are clear to everyone. Now, how do you then sign up today? Because we are giving you an opportunity to sign up today. Today.
Please hold on.
Can invest by, again, if we take dollar, you get your returns every year in dollar. If you invest in Naira, you get your returns every year in Naira. So,
can you hear me, please?
And I know that a lot of people, particularly those of you doing this from Africa, you're doing because you want returns in dollars, right? And so you have a Zenith option, and then you have a Wells Fargo option that you can invest through as well. Temi?
Can you hear me, Ese?
Yeah.
Okay, I was speaking. I guess you had me on mute at your end. Okay, I said that people are asking some questions, and this is a good time for you to drop your questions in the Q&A box, please. Don't put it in the chat or else we may miss it there. So put your questions in the Q&A box. Thank you.
Okay, beautiful. So put your question in the Q&A box and we're going to be here to answer them for you. Now, we also have for the people who are existing in developers, right? And even people who are intending developers like Deepo, because trust me, I know Deepo will still do development. And even Bio, right? So you can come in and you can even just buy plots, right? 5,000 square foot for $70,000. We'll still do all the infrastructure, we'll do all the permitting for you, and you're just, doing whatever you want to do. You can do it for land banking and keep it for 5 years, right? And then start building afterwards. You can do up to an acre, 30,000 square foot. That's $350,000. Now, what's the advantage of this is that we're also giving a payment spread of up to 6 months, right? So you're depositing 40% of whatever is the cost, and then you're spreading the balance in 6 months. But we're only targeting property developers, and I'll tell you why, or intending property developers. Number one is cash buying. Number two, we want people who have capacity to eventually be able to develop it. So we don't have 1 acre just sitting down there in a 40-acre estate and nobody is doing anything with it because they don't have capacity to eventually develop it, right? There are also other incentives in future. You can decide to, because we've had people say to us, Stephen, I just want to buy a house. I don't want to do investment. Good news is that whatever investment you are doing, we will move it as a deposit plus the accrued ROI by August, when we've gotten approval and we start construction. Now, we could have started asking people to do off-plan and start paying for the house now. But we didn't want to do that because there might be change in the design when we're getting the approval, right? So maybe where we wanted to build on 400 square meter, the city can say it must be on a 800 square meter. Where we want to do 3-bedroom, the city may say you have to do 4-bedroom, right? And we didn't want, integrity is important. Now, if we eventually come back and say, well, city, this changed the design, you probably would think we're playing games. So we said, we're not taking investment yet for housing until August. And we're going to do, launch, we're going to do webinars when that comes. We're going to be working with Keller Williams as our broker for the housing itself, okay? To help us sell, okay? And so that time will come for the housing and all that. But the good news is that whatever you then invest, plus the ROI will now be converted. So let's assume I invested $100,000, right? But 6 months later, we'll start selling house and I want to buy house. Okay, the $100,000 plus, let's assume the return is supposed to be 10% plus 5% because you've done up to 6 months, right? Will be added together and make a deposit for the house. And so whether you now want to do funding, you get a mortgage to pay the balance, or you need to add more, you can then do that at that time. How many of you think this is cool, right? We're creating some flexibility for those of us who are investing. Also, for certain people investing to a level of $200,000 and are interested in residency, we're willing to work with you and absorb you into our team, okay, because you are now a partner with us, right? And apply with an immigration lawyer for L1 visa for you, okay? We're also in the talks. In fact, my meeting is next week to conclude on EB5, okay, with a U.S. immigration attorney, which is another option as well for those of you who are interested. But of course, the EB5 goes straight to citizenship. You get your green card and then you become a citizen. But that is more higher income, which means you have to put in about $1.2 million into this project for you to get that version. But the good news is that this could be a deposit towards the EB5 at the end of the day. Okay, all we need to do is to show that you have invested that much, right? Again, is this making sense? I need response, guys, because I love to be sure that we're all together and we're learning and we're, together all in this. So that is my presentation. I want to thank you all for listening. Myself and the team, Deepo, Bayo, and Timmy, we're going to take your questions now. And once again, thank you for your patience. I know some of you have been here for over an hour, and time is very important. And thank you for waiting and just sucking all this in. Okay, thank you, thank you. Where did Deepak go? I think he dropped out at some point. And so let me get Deepak. Deepak is the money man. I'm extremely sure he's on the call
He's making
to
it. Yeah,
sell life
absolutely.
insurance.
You are correct. You know, I was on the call with him in the team last Monday, and for a moment he was off. He was among the top closers for the week. So they were trying to celebrate him. They were like, "Where's he? Where's he?" You know, by the time we came like, "Sorry, I was on the call." We were like, "Yeah, we could guess you on the call. We could imagine."
Boy,
You are good.
machine. I've never seen someone like that in my life.
Yeah. So guys, we'll take your questions now. Please, I want you to know that if this interests you, as we expect it to, kindly reach out to the person who has who invited you to this call. So you are either reaching out to Deepak, to Bayo, to myself, or to GText, right? So whoever amongst us has invited you, use that same channel to reach back to them if you're interested in this investment. Do you know why? You must have, well, maybe you came late, but DSA said that he's counting the people who are supporting him on this project. So we want our names to enter that Hall of Fame so that we can say, we're part of it. So, and it's just proper.
By the way, I have never said this, but let me tell you one of actually my intention. For a lot of people who are really helping us push this, my intention is to name some streets after them. I'm saying for the first time.
Come on. My name is there already. The electric, not the electric Davis Street.
Right.
Oh my goodness, that was so cool.
I've never, even privately, I've never discussed it with them, you know, and the intention is even for those investing up to $1 million and above as well, is also to name a street after them. So you know what it means for a street in Africa.
Team Temi Ajibewa, please get my name on that street. Let's do it. Bayo, what do you have to say?
And that was powerful. That was powerful, Dr. Stephen. I was even going to share this before we close, is that for some people here, you know, when we are working in the US, there's something called 401k. 401k is, you know, before they pay you every month or every 2 weeks, they will take a portion of your money and invest it for you in stocks. So what happened is they started, you know, taking all this money from my paycheck. And one day I said, okay, let me even see where this money was invested. Lo and behold, I got my statement, and disappointment is an understatement.
Wow.
The money was not growing
Wow.
because the managers of the funds, they are taking profit from the investments they are doing for you. So a lot of people have 401k in America, 50, 100, 200,000, especially people that have been working for a long time. Some of them have 401k of up to $100,000 or $200,000. They don't even know it. They don't even know it. So I'm encouraging, if you are on this call and you are in the US, you need to call your employer and say, who are you investing my 401k money with? You know, when I saw my own statement, I said, don't worry, give me my money. I'm not doing it again.
Let me do it myself.
I cashed out the 401k. They say, oh, if you cash it out, it's supposed to be after 65 years, is your retirement benefit. I said, I'm not retiring at 65. I am not retiring at 65. Give me my money. I took that money into real estate investing. That's $70,000 or $80,000. I have probably turned it into $300,000 or $400,000 within a short few years. Yes. So if you are working in America right now, you are on this webinar, call your employer, because some people will say, I don't have money to invest. Where do I get $50,000 for? Where do I get $30,000 or $100,000 from? But you have a 401k that your employer has been contributing money from your paycheck. Some employers are matching that contribution. If they contribute 10%, they will also match it by 5%. So get the statement of account, See what you have there. Evaluate the return on the investment against what Dr. Stephen is offering on Jasper Estate. I promise you it will be 10, 20, 50, 100 times more beneficial to you, because that's what I did on mine. And there is one too that I'm about to cash out again when I was working 2 years ago. I forgot. Now that I'm even talking, I'm remembering. I'm going to cash that one too. So cash out your 401k. I'm telling you, the government cannot protect you. Your future is in your hands. Real estate investing is the future. Social Security cannot protect you. They don't have the money to protect you. But by the time you start investing all these funds into real estate, now your future is in your hands. And this is the plan for this project.
Okay, so guys, I think I see a question in the chat, but in the meantime, I also want to put my home address into the chat in case you are wondering how can you track Temi? That's my address. It's number 1, Temi Ajidewa Street, Jasper Estate, Kenny. That's my zip code.
I love it. You even put the whole information.
Everything, the zip code. Just do the screenshots. That is Temi's address.
I really love it. I really love it.
So I see
Temi has already given herself. Temi has given herself a street already.
I'm giving myself the street, so we call those things that are not as though they were.
Absolutely.
We call them forth. So someone said, what's the period between when you invest and when you start getting cash flow? It's annual. If you are investing as a US accredited investor, your interest accrues annually, but it is withdrawable from the 3rd year. Okay, that's when we know we now have the flow of cash. I haven't finished some units, selling and so on, but it is accruable every year. All right. And then if you are investing as a non-US accredited investor, right, your interest accrues every year and you also get withdrawable every year. So once this 12-month cycle, you can receive your cash. Now, I have one question for DSA. So someone said website. The website is www.gtexthomeusa.com. gtexthomeusa.com. All right, that's the link. Thank you, Bayo. So now, somebody else is asking, what's the address of the investment? The address is 8506 Katie Hockley Road. Okay, so let me give you my address again so that you can get the full address. Is 8506 Katie. Yeah, thank you. Katie Hockley Road. Yes, that's it. So Hockley Road. So let me adjust my house address. Putimora. So that's it. Another question on the chats. So please get back to the people who reached out to. Someone say, how can I get the direct contact? Okay, Awal Rabiu, who invited you to this program? Now, those of you who came in through Bio, I'm sure you have his phone number, you have his Instagram handle. Those of you who came through me, I'm sure you have my phone number, my Instagram handle. But again, I think to be safe, we would both put our numbers. So if you're here, that means you read my email. I sent this strictly to my tribe. I didn't put it on social media. It was strictly to my own people. Let's us get it first before it becomes public. And also because I want to ask DSA something that I think it would be easier to manage if this is only between us. So DSA, permission to ask, to make a request. Thank you. Now, I know that you gave some amazing discounts at the beginning. I know it's closed. At the beginning, hold on, Essie, hold on, of this program, right? You said we could get extra 1% on the statutory numbers. and some people you offer them some form of coaching, mastermind, and all of that, right? This is not for everybody on this call. I'm just saying for the Temi Ajibewa gang, you can leave the Mbayo people alone, but for the Temi Ajibewa gang, for the Electric Tribe, could you please, extend that extra 1% to us, especially if they are doing the investment before you raised the fees on Monday? I know the minimum thing is going to 30K by Monday, and today is Thursday. If we can see a message of intent from any of those people saying, I want to do 10K minimum, right? What can I, and maybe I made a transfer on Monday or so. Please don't shut it down for me. Please, can you extend this? And then also the mastermind coaching. So guys, DSA's mastermind coaching goes for $20,000 per annum. All right. But he opened up something some weeks ago where he was giving the first 10 investors the opportunity to get into that mastermind for absolutely free. I know that slot is closed. The 10 is complete already. To God be the glory. But DSA, can you add maybe 1 or 2 more slots to that for those who are really, really intentional and interested? They're already telling you that this is big on giving. I know you will do something. Oh yeah, Paddy, do something. They're psyching you.
This is sabotage. Do I smell blackmail here?
That's psyching you. Maria says, please give us discounts for newcomers. You see?
I said so.
Okay. Oh, wow. Said he gave a possible treat to my daughter and husband. Wow. Someone just said, wow. Thank you for sharing that, Kudra.
Yeah.
I doubt you can even remember.
I doubt I can even remember that. but stuff, Temi. But okay, so what I will do, because again, it's not easy to do that for everyone. So, and one has to be fair as well. So I'll make it a thing for, I'll give three slots for each person, right? So 3 slots for people coming from Temi, and 3 slots for people coming from Bio, and 3 slots from people coming from Depot. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
So what I'm going to approve is, number one, instead of, for example, you're investing $10,000, instead of getting 6%, we'll give you 2 extra bonus. That makes it 8%, right? If you are doing 30,000, instead of 7%, you're getting 9%. While for those of you who are doing the 100K and above, you are getting 4% extra. So I'm approving that. But again, only first 3. And Temi, it has to be those who pay today or tomorrow. I can't do more than that. Either they pay today or tomorrow. Those are the people I can approve that to. And yes, for those that I am going to do the mastermind coaching, it has to be those who invest 30,000 and above. I'm not sure I can do for just the 10K people. I hope you understand why, Temi.
Yes. Oh, I know. I mean, coaching is draining. I'm a coach, so you want to keep your energy quality for those who are in the distance. So if you are team Electric Temi, I've put my WhatsApp number in the chat. It is +1 346 490 2339. If you are team SA, right, you want to WhatsApp or call +1 346 575 4852. Okay, those are the 2 numbers that you want to reach. Or if you are in Team Bio, maybe you're watching this on a replay, It is +1 832 630 2570. I'll go again. If you are Team Bayo Adebowale, please call or WhatsApp +1. Add the +1 to it in case you're not in the US. 832 630 2570. Okay. Now, if you are Team SA, right, the number is +1 346 575 4852. All right. I'm not sure if you are Team Dipo. I know you know how to reach Dipo because Dipo must have been broadcasting and WhatsApping you all this while. Okay. So reach out to.
So if you are Team SA, please, because Temi is the one helping me to coordinate Team SA as well. So indicate that you are Team SA.
There are different numbers.
Yeah, they're different number, but also indicated. Can you call Temi's number because it's still showing like it's the same number for.
If you are Team Electric Temi, it is +1 346 490 2339. +1 496.
It's can you post it in the chat box as well and still call it?
It's there. So you are getting extra.
Team
yes.
Yeah. So Team Temi, please call Team
It's in the chat.
Okay.
Team Temi number is +1 346 490 2339. You guys have my WhatsApp number, right? I mean, everybody here, you have my number somehow, or my email address. You can reach me. Somebody's asking, so can they enjoy the extra percentage too, sir? Yes, he already said he was giving extra.
First 3 coming from each team, right? So first 3 to pay from Team Temi, you get that.
Or anybody.
First 3 to pay from Team Bayo, you get that. First 3 to pay from Team Dipo, you get that. And then first 3 to pay from Team SA, which again, the Team SA is +1 346 575. Okay.
4852. 4852.
4852. Right. For those of you joining down YouTube or Facebook, I can see what a lot of you will join us on YouTube. Again, Team SA's number is +1 346 575 4852. Team SA. But if you're Team Bayo or Temi, you already have their number, so reach out to them.
Someone said, which team are we that invited our clients, GTech staff? You are Team SA, Matter. You are Team SA. Sorry,
you are Team SA, but also let them just talk to you directly, right? So you can chat, all those you've invited already. So if any GTech staff invited you, please just work directly with the GTech staff that invited you, right? We're all one team, but it's important because, like Timmy said, I'm counting everybody's contribution on this one because I mean this is everything.
Maria Aki says, okay, please.
It's so bad that I've not marketed any of our Nigerian product or Dubai products since this year began. The only thing I want to hear right now is Katie. Right? Katie, I'm not even talking to you. So I'm counting everybody's contribution. Okay, this one, what you did, okay? So I give you a street name. This one, I didn't do anything. So please,
oh my God.
even for staff, they want to be counted. In fact, let me tell you this for those of you that GTech staff invited you. Some of them, the benefits that they will be transferred to US. So they are coming to America. It's in your hand, dude. So please make sure you talk to them so that they can count it, that it was, and it's not that it's counting for somebody else, please.
That's so good. Maria Akins, what team are you, Maria? I see your question. She said, I want to do 10K minimum. Maria Akins, please, what team are you so that they can know how to, that this name sounds like my tribe member. Are you?
He wants to do 30K minimum.
No, 10K minimum, the chat.
There was another one that has passed to say 30K minimum. No, Maria.
Oh,
There's another person who said 30K. You put it in the chat, it's just passed.
Okay.
So
All right
doing
then. Oh, she see Dipo. Oh, Dipo.
fine.
Okay, no problem.
No,
Thank you, everyone. It was lovely to have you on
but
here.
let me see that person who said 30K. It may be Team Essay. Let me see, because I saw somebody who said I'm doing 30K minimum. Let me see.
Oh,
Where is
that
Team
Ahmed
Jamie or-
Lasisi is out of the meeting. I can see it now. I want to key in before it goes to 30K minimum. Minimal.
Oh, okay. So he wants, so Lasisi also want to do maybe 10K, I guess. Okay.
Yeah,
But
maybe.
we don't know which team what is. So either way, whatever team you are, reach out to the person who invited you and let them know. Okay.
Thompson Nwajuba, if you got the mail from Dr. Steven, apparently you're team Dr. Steven.
Jackson, how long is the ROI? The ROI is up to you. Is either a 5-year ROI or a 10-year ROI, right? So
You mean
once you
duration of investments, not
no,
ROI.
he said the ROI. So in other words, you're entitled to the yearly ROI for as long as your capital is involved. And the minimum period your capital can be involved is either 5-year or 10-year. Now, Liz G could talk about there is no max, so you can keep I mean, of course, 10 years later, we'll let all of you know, so you can then move it to another project, right? But 10 years, once we're done with this, we're done. So we inform you whether we'll give you back your capital or you want to move it to another project. And trust me, there's a lot of projects where I even told Bayo I need some apartments, and I'm sure he's working on them. So we'll do a lot of projects, a lot of the same Grant Cardone model is the next phase aside this development, right? So buying 100, multi-family, 100 units, 200 unit, 5. I think Grant just did a contract, is now in contract on a 250 unit multi-family. If you check his page, and he's raising funds for it, just like we're doing as well. Right, so I think somebody wants to raise it. I say, why are you raising funds? I say, Grant Cardone is bigger than me. $4 billion in real estate assets, raising funds. So me, I'm still smaller. So why won't I raise money? So it's normal.
And besides, it's also a way for us to spread the wealth. When you invest in something, you can get from it. So people should definitely feel good that they are being a part of this. This is a legacy project. So, yeah.
So somebody is asking if you're a student, is there a flexible payment? There's no such, unfortunately. There's no flexible payment. The debt syndication, you are investing to be getting returns every year. Somebody said about those in the UK. Absolutely, you can even be. We've had more people in the UK, and I think Nigeria invest in this than even those in the US. Okay, so you can invest from in the world. Yeah, tell me this. So you can invest from anywhere in the world. It's not anywhere in the world. Now, in terms of buying land, he's talking about, can he get discounts if he wants to buy, since you are giving discount today? Well,
the discount you have now is on the investments.
Yes, the discount.
That one is my guy, and that one has money sitting somewhere.
Don't talk to your guy. Don't talk to Bayo.
Talk to your guy, right? Talk to your guy. Let's leave it at your guy. It's not something we can be discussing in public.
Right? Guy to guy. You people should.
The one we can discuss in public is the one we have said, which is discount on, a further bonus on the ROI. But on the land thing, talk to your guy. He knows how to get me. Trust me, Bayo has a special place in my heart, and he knows. And you can,
right behind me. Yeah, I know.
How to leapfrog you and come in front of you?
I dare you. Catch me if you can. All right. Thank you, everyone. It's been a pleasure. I see the messages coming into my phone now.
I want to thank the person. I don't know if the person wants to come up because I don't want it to look like I was snubbing the person who talked about we giving all expense paid trip to the son or the daughter. No, I don't know if the person is there.
He said daughter and husband. That was from Dubai to Greece.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't remember. So
yeah. She said you gave it to a daughter and her husband.
Thank you for the feedback. I really appreciate that. Thank you for that feedback. I know we've done a lot. Called Kudra.
Yeah.
Ajay
Tumobi.
Ajay Tumobi. Remember? My wife says she knows her. Okay. Funny enough, I can't recall this story. I'm telling you. You know. So I think she may want to say something. Let's see if we can pull her up. Can admin please help me pull her up? Yeah, if she wants to, because I saw her say she doesn't mind. So and then we'll wrap up that. So once she's done, we'll play. Studio can help us play the video, the 10 minutes short docu, around this project that Temi made me do. Yes, please go ahead.
Kudra.
Oh, oh, I now I remember how. But you haven't taken my offer. You haven't talking about even taking the offer. Now, hey, Zara.
Hey. Good day, sir.
How are you, Zara?
Fine, and you?
I'm good. I've missed you, Zara. Trust me. I heard you guys are coming to Nigeria. When are you guys coming?
Very soon.
Very soon.
We are coming
okay.
very soon.
I can't wait to see you guys. I've really missed Zara. Really missed Zara. Yeah, how's your husband doing?
It's fine to thank you very much, sir.
Thank you
saw
so
your
much.
family like a month ago. They were here in Dubai for a visit, and we spent very nice time together. And thank you everyone for this like I said, powerful gathering. I learned a lot. I don't really know much about investing in real estate, but since I've been following you, I've been learning. And also your wife has been, she's like, she's more than a friend to me. Now we are sisters. Thank you very much for that offer. Some people have been asking me, how did you get that? How did you get that? Well, we were also blown away. And the reason why we've not accepted the offer is that it's not as if we don't want it. Please, we still want it. We know it's still open. And Bisola, one of your PAs, has sent numerous messages asking, when are you going? When do you want to travel? It's just because of our schedule, but we'll fix something this year by God's grace. And when are you coming back to Dubai? When are you coming back, Mr. Akintayo?
At this moment, Kerry is my baby, right? So Kerry, US is my home at this moment. And but I know that once we stabilize with the project, maybe next year, I definitely but for me, US is it, because again, the one liquidity we're able to access in US, we can't get that in Dubai. So the couple of opportunities that US offers that Dubai didn't offer us. So
I see.
I love Dubai. We still are in Dubai, but at this moment, it's all Kerry, and I'm putting my all into this. I've never been this vulnerable in running any project like this, but it's a life-changing project. It's a legacy project. We're talking about a $150 million project. It's a major thing even for the for our reputation as Nigerians in the US. It just changed the game and the way people perceive us. So it's a major one. It's a major one, and I believe God with people like you, everybody's support,
Amen.
everybody's support is
Amen.
not just support is also prayer, because
Yes.
it's not, anytime you're trying to do something nobody has done before, there will be attacks, there will be,
Absolutely. I can
you know,
relate to that so
exactly, there
well.
will be issues. So
There'll be
you know,
challenges.
challenge is normal. Which is why
Hmm.
some people think that's why I had to get all my pastors to go and pray. Yeah, like this one, and I've never done that on any project, but this one, I said,
Oh,
we're starting with the Lord, you know,
all
so
hands on deck.
exactly, you know, but this one, we're doing it. We are doing
Hmm.
it, doing
I
it. And
understand.
so,
I
yeah,
understand. I understand. I understand.
thank you.
Nice talking to you. Thank you for bringing me
Likewise,
on.
those of you who don't know, Zara is a global
Come here,
brand.
baby.
You know, for don't know Zara, please go on YouTube, go on Instagram, go on. I think you've opened TikTok as well. So go
Yeah,
to
we open
Zara.
TikTok for her as well.
Yes, so go to Zaralicious. Let your kids. She has a book club now. I'm a big promoter of Zaralicious, right?
Yeah,
In fact,
I know.
I'm a manager on, you know, unofficial manager.
Yeah. So is your wife too.
Yeah. So you can go to Zaralicious both on IG. I just typed it on IG, on TikTok, on YouTube
Yeah, Zaralicious 8. Yeah.
to go and follow her brand. She will, I mean, they'll be so inspired. We did a podcast on my YouTube. You should go watch it.
So
She's read
nice.
over 100 books. I mean, she
Now
inspired
counting
even my own
500 and
children.
1,000.
You
Yeah.
know, yeah, I'm quite close with my children. And for me, that I believe she inspired even my own children as well to
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
that is a genius, obviously. And I'm so proud of the
Thank you, sir.
parents,
Thank you. Thank you.
proud of the parent, because I mean,
Thank you.
that's something I was really proud. So well done.
Thank you. That's our own contribution to the society. I mean, the way you raise your children is like a contribution to the society. So that is our own contribution. So that's what I tell my friends, my clients, what impact are you making? Because one of the impacts you're making is your child, your children, because they will go out there and whatever you've impacted in them is what they will give. We are starting a parenting community soon, and we will not only be learning, but we will be transforming ourselves, because it all begins with us. So this is this is don't let me go into parenting. Thank you so much for bringing me into this panel.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Temi Ajibewa. I've seen your videos and I've been following you for a while now. And also, I think Mr. Dikpo from the US. Yeah, I follow him too. So when I saw the panelists, Mrs. Akintayo said, I'm like, I know these people now. So I wanted to hear them speak live. Right. So I really, really enjoyed it. Thank you. And I sent it to my sister and my friend as well. One of my friends here. But I don't know. I think she's speaking somewhere today in Dubai. So I don't know if she joined. But please invite me to your okay, anyway, I trust your wife to invite me next time. So because she invited me like an hour to the class. She sent the link to me an hour to the class. I joined immediately.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mrs. Temi. Nice to see you. Bye.
Same here. Bye. Okay, thank you, everyone. I have to run off. Thank you so much. So I'll call the numbers again, just in case you missed the numbers. If you are Team SA, please WhatsApp the number +1 1346 575 4852. If you are Team Buyer, please WhatsApp the number or call the number +1 832 630 2570. If you are Team Temi, Electric Temi, I emailed you, you got it, you're here. Please WhatsApp the number +1 346 490 2339. Take note that the extra discounts and the extra ROI is expired. It's only for the first 3 people. After then, we can't extend it to you. And it is if you do it between today and tomorrow. Now, if you're doing 30K and above, you can be a part of the 1 year investment coaching by Dr. Stephen Akintayo. It's worth 20K, but you get in for free only if you are doing 30K and above. Now, that's it from us to you, from me to you. Thank you so much. Have a lovely, lovely rest of the day. Bye-bye.
Hello guys, I'm Dr. Stephen Akintayo. I'm the chairman GTEx Holdings and the founder Stephen Akintayo Foundation. So we started GTEx Holdings many years ago as a digital marketing firm. We used to sell bulk SMS, email marketing. This is now 16 years ago. And of course, 9 years ago, we expanded into real estate, started with Ikorodu, and today we have over 20 estates spread across different locations at about Port Harcourt. Different estates, we have about 5 now in Abuja, over 10 in Lagos, Oyo State about 2, Abeokuta about 2, Ogun State about 3 in Ogun State also. And so we have over expanded. We're still expanding into the eastern part of Nigeria, southeast and north, in the northern part of Nigeria. But about 4 years ago, we expanded to Dubai and to UK and a little bit in the US. In Dubai, of course, we're able to invest significantly in apartment buildings and single-family homes, and we're happy with our investors getting good returns on investment on a regular basis. Right, we're able to send their income to them anywhere in the world. 99% of our clients in Dubai are not Dubai residents. They trusted us enough, they invested, and they get their returns on a regular basis. Of course, UK, we did a lot of brokerage and consulting. In the US, we have in Valdosta, 20 unit, 3-bedroom townhouse we're selling at the moment. We have over 100 we're selling in Alabama. But we decided to say, hey, let's take the bull by the horn like we're doing in Nigeria. At the moment, we're building the largest green and smart home in Nigeria, where we are having to build 25,000 houses in 200 estates, right? Some of our estates are 50 acres, some are 200 acres, some are 300 acres at the moment. And we realize our core is, development, property development, and say, let's take the bull by the horn and develop from scratch in America, unlike the regular fix and flip. And there comes the story of the Jasper Katie. For me, even before now, the accolade we've gotten, like last year, the Forbes Best of Africa awarded me, the Forbes Best of Africa investment coach and real estate mogul was one of the most significant awards of my life, and it was really humbling. It's a lot, acknowledging what we do and the impact and a lot of innovation we brought into the sector. We're the first, for example, who started 24/7 customer service operations in Africa.
Not only have we have practical experience when it comes to real estate, but I'm also a Harvard graduate in terms of real estate investment certification course in advanced learning. So we have been able to combine both the theoretical knowledge from Harvard, understanding how real estate works in the US, with practical knowledge with some of the projects we've done. And at this point, we now have this bigger vision of the Jasper Katie that we're starting from scratch.
First, to have an e-commerce portal, where clients can buy and, get updates and all that. So there's a lot of innovation we brought into the sector. Even the concept of land banking was made popular by our company, helping people to understand what is land banking and how it works. And so when the vision of Jasper Katie, Texas, USA, was battered, the 40-acre, which is going to be costing us $150 million to build over 400 housing units, a mixture of single-family home, 4 and 5 bedroom, of course, townhouse of 3 bedroom, and apartments ranging from 2, 3, 4 bedroom apartments, which are 6-story high, aquarium, driving range in the same place, of course, a mini mall in the same 40-acre property, artificial lake. Of course, renewable energy is going to be the largest green and smart home in America. Okay, we're generating electricity via solar and wind turbine, right? So for us, this is a great vision that we can do. And I say this oftentimes that as diasporans, we travel to all these countries of the world, and we often wonder why it looks as if some of the government policies suddenly change and begin to look as if they're fighting against us. And I think the major thing is that we've not come together as people to do something that will make people know that we're a force. Look at the Jewish community in America, what they've been able to accomplish. They are 4% of American population, but they determine who becomes the president, and you can't joke with them. Look at the Indian community, even what they've done in UAE, what they've done in America, right? There's already a monopoly of CEOs in Silicon Valley, and majority coming from India. That is what community collaboration can do, right? With the population of Africans who migrated, Ghanaians, Nigerians, Sierra Leoneans, Cameroonians, Kenyans, and Rwandese, and so how much of this have we been able to achieve when we move to UK, or move to Canada, or move to the US, where we can say this was built by us, right? This was built by the communal coming together. So I hope this is one opportunity you will take seriously, and it's open to everyone, whether you're an African descent or not. But of course, I know many will be excited seeing a dream like this and wanting to come true. At the moment, we've secured 70% institutional investment for this project, so that's the good news. Another 15% is coming from our existing company, so we're only raising 15% from syndication, right? Debt syndication, where you can invest as little as $50,000, even as low as $10,000, and every year you get returns on investment. Okay, attached is a table of when you invest X is what you get, when you invest $10,000 is what you get, when you invest $50,000 is what you get, when you invest $100,000 is what you get, and you can go over the table and fill the form, and you can go through the table again and see all the processes, and you can invest. Once you fill the KYC, you can just immediately transfer your money to the account, whether you're investing as an accredited investor in the US, or even if you're not an accredited investor, you don't even live in the US, you can invest as well through our African Digital Cooperative, and that opportunity is also available. So it's open for everybody from anywhere in the world to invest, and you get returns on investment. Right now, we are very confident that we will be doing over 100% in capital appreciation on this project in the next 3 years. Why? Because of the high interest rates, developers have stopped developing. Okay, and by 2026, there will be huge deficit in new residential accommodation in the whole of America, because most people have stopped building because of the high interest rate. So we that we're doing it now will be able to sell at a premium price. And that's one of the rules about investment, right? The rules about investment is simple. When they zig, you zag. Always go the opposite direction. The way to know that Bitcoin is about to crash is when it's at the peak. Because once the general masses believe in something, it's actually about to crash. So I've learned over the years. I started this company with just $10 16 years ago. And we've built it to hundreds of millions of dollars in real estate assets under our management today. And I can tell you categorically that one of the rules I've used all these years is I don't grow the way everybody else is going. And when you do that as well as an investor, you always reap the reward at the end of the day. So call the numbers attached to this video. We have our team ready to explain to you step by step. You can ask as many questions as you want. We're ready to take your questions and answer your questions and help you on this amazing investment. But listen, beyond the money, this is a legacy project that you'll be proud that you're a part of. I love you all. I'm Dr. Stephen Akintayo. God bless you. Bye-bye.